All right, come on in. We just moved into this office, so you'll have to excuse the mess. There's a fire pit meant for outdoors it's just sitting there. I don't even know what that's for. This is a reception desk for the receptionist that we don't have. It's just right now kind of collecting various paraphernalia that has nothing to do with anything I imagine you're interested in. This is a room where we take people to murder them. This room is actually going to be our finishing room. This is where the editor will sit with the main producer or director of a show and watch it down and just get the show fine-tuned to where it needs to be. Ghost Files here. Welcome to Ghost Files, where we take your evidence and our tools into the field to expose the supernatural. My partner, a skeptic. Myself, a believer.
We can bank almost all of our shows except Ghost Files. Ghost Files is like the biggest
big
beast.
unbankable bitch.
The big unbankable bitch.
Look at these fucked up dolls, man.
Oh my fucking God. Hello, Ryan Bergara here, once again asking you folks for some evidence for Shane and I's brand new ghost hunting show, Ghost Files, only on Watcher. We collect your guys' evidence, video, audio, photos, and personal anecdotes, and then we attempt to recreate that evidence in the exact same spot where you captured said evidence.
This is definitely the biggest edit lift that we have.
It's a weekly show that is like over an hour long.
There's supplemental graphics, at least 6 locations they're going to.
I imagine you're post and you grab all of this footage, like hours and hours and hours, and you have to sift through the evidence, sift through all the footage with multiple cameras. You might go crazy, especially if you're just looking for ghosts.
Frankly, we knew that if the show did not succeed, we would not survive. So we kind of put all of our chips in on Ghost Files, made the bet that people would want to watch it. And luckily the bet paid off.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Running down the agenda, and we've got the post team does a morning huddle every morning because Ghost Files is a big show and we only have a limited runway of about 20 days to do it. I know that's say limited, but it's the longest runway we have in post, and that's because there's 19 cameras on Ghost Files and we need the time. Okay, beautiful guys. Have a great Friday and even better weekend. I will see you all when I'm back from DragonCon.
Okay, that should work. We're shooting as many shows as we can, and that means that you can't be everywhere at once, and delegation is something I'm learning to do. I actually don't know where this goes. It's reading a little orange to me. Is that all looking a little orange to you? Technically, our first office was my kitchen. And we would hold all of our production meetings, me, Steven, and Shane. When we first started the company, we started it in 2019, launched publicly in 2020. And most of 2019 we spent shooting, and then Steven, Shane, and I edited almost like a year's worth of content on our own. About a year later, we hired a post-production supervisor, which is Sam. She really cleaned everything up and systemized everything we were doing.
All right, welcome to the Stray Souls kickoff. This is episode 205 now.
This one's more fun than the last one, by the way.
Thank God. Ethan has like the worst luck in Ghost Files. Yeah. All of his episodes have been so cursed.
He just makes them so good though.
Yeah.
Well,
we do it to challenge you.
That's why we go.
We're trying to help you grow as an editor.
So it's Ghost Files Day. We are kicking off episode 205 of the season with Stray Souls. It's going to be a branded episode. So timeline-wise, V1's going to encompass rough music, sound effects, and B-roll. Moving on to V2, this is where you'll start to see all of our graphics being laid in. This will be our final opportunity for notes before the live QC. Also, this will be a theatrical release, so we will need a theatrical version as well as a YouTube published version.
I just have to say now, this is not evidence. Don't let Ryan convince you this is evidence. Somebody went in the house and forgot there was a static camera in the kitchen and rips the most massive fart. It was Shayna Ben.
That could be really funny.
That should be like it should be in. Don't let me evidence. It's evidence. Don't let me. There's no fart. It's like the stupidest thing I've ever.
We just let them be like, That's evidence. Okay, let them believe that.
No.
Absolutely not.
Great. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, gang.
I have to go.
Your finger guns at the.
Is it a biscuit?
Is it a
or
cake? Pie?
Bread?
It's his own thing.
So you just did our kickoff, which means Ethan has the footage. He's going to start like making sure everything connects and is working properly. His first version isn't due until the 13th, so he has 12 days of an edit.
The rest of the year is going to be crazy. But next week's also insane because we have 3 different shows shooting. Ghost Files Debrief, Top 5 Beatdown, Too Many Spirits. It's nuts. We started basically within 1 month of each other.
Yeah.
And she just whipped the whole post process up into something completely different than it was because it felt like chaos.
Happy anniversary, just so we have like...
Basically, as an assistant editor, my job is to basically make sure that all the footage is ingested properly, everything's organized properly. So all that's done on this Mac Mini back here, and it's all backed up to the Synology right here, which is our hard drive system and also a cloud-based system. So it's maybe 30, 40 terabytes. I want to like double check that, but it's massive. It's a lot of space, but
It's a pretty big show. It's like at least an hour. And so we capture a lot of media. Our main camera, the Ghost Pro static cameras, the iPhones, the SLS, basically all the Ghost tools sometimes have cameras in them.
there's a ton to look through. So I gotta make sure that everything is prepped for our editors so like they can get through it as quickly as possible. Put it
Without
out.
Frank, it would be a hell. It probably takes me about a day to go through half of what Frank has given me, and that's literally just like a first pass of like watching it through and cutting it down. And then after the first 2 to 3 days, I'll go back into what I've selected or like assembled in their own sequences, and I'll cut that down even more. It's like a necessary step, but it does take a long time.
Ethan, I believe this is his 3rd or 4th episode of Ghost Files he's done. He came on at the tail end of season 1 and immediately was great and then started to do cool things with the format that other editors had not done before.
They're giving us more free reign to be like, this doesn't play. I mean, I don't think we were able to do that with the season 1 because we were kind of still figuring it out. But as we keep doing more of these and we're like honing like the feel and style of the show, like there's definitely more trust for us to just take it and do what they feel is like right.
We're in season 2 of Ghost Files. We've hammered down the format to the point now where I could kind of take my hand off the wheel and rely on the team here of editors and Sam and Lizzie and Mark, the director, and know that they could steer the ship. And also, right now, looking at my shooting schedule, I am shooting every day of the week, almost every hour of the week. So even if I wanted to be more hands-on, I couldn't.
So for this V1, everything's moving pretty efficiently. I got close to 200 notes. Some of these notes are me replying back to them saying like why I might want to keep something the way it is. So this is what Frank gives me. And by seeing this red marker here, I can see like this is like the only evidence that they really got here. This is where the responses are happening.
I think the house calls.
Did somebody just grunt over
Someone
there?
cleared their throat.
Was that somebody over there that cleared their throat in the crew?
So I already know by looking at this, okay, well, I want to get here as fast as possible. And then these blue markers here are like each time they use like a different tool, I can see that this whole portion is the seance portion.
Okay, so what we're going to do over here is we're going to conduct a seance just like Daniel.
You got a little
in
craft
Stray
table
Souls.
set up here, just like Daniel.
And then these white markers, it's kind of like a new focus in the location.
We argued quite a bit about this.
Yes, oh right.
And you had a lot of, well, what if the knife block was on a uneven surface?
They're focusing on like a knife block and like a jar lid because I guess the ghosts have tinkered with those things before. So when I have this overview, I'm able to see what the longest portions are. And if I don't see any like red markers in between this section, I might try and go through it quicker. I'm obviously looking for like good banter here, and I'm still watching through the whole thing, but not as like particular as I might over here. Because it's a lot of footage and there's not much happening for a lot of it. So it's making it feel like engaging the whole time until like that moment when something actually does happen.
What about that? You know, it'd be really cool.
That'd be amazing.
If they took a chicken egg and shoved it up your ass without it cracking. I don't think it would, because I think they're actually.
Sometimes do I keep that?
They're built. They came out of an.
Being a director here for Ghost Files, I think of myself as how can I serve the post team the best possible way so it makes it easier. This hashtag is just so our editors could easily find the specific thing that we're noting. Also, I don't know if you know Tioli, take it or leave it note. I don't think I know the answer to everything. I don't have the answer to everything. And seeing what other people come up with is like, that's the exciting part a lot of the times.
But it could have been.
Unfortunately for Ethan, I have a lot of angle notes. Our A-cam, which is this, is the safe camera, because I feel like I'm carrying the camera.
I hope you get more tugs as the night goes on.
Well, I mean, if anything, God willing, I get at least one more tug tonight.
But if you're on the ghost camera, it feels more detached, and you're still in this ghost hunting vibe.
I just asked the spirit box to say Ryan, and it was crystal clear Ryan.
Mark had a few where he wanted me to use their chest cams. Although from like a creative aspect, it might be like, oh, it looked great from this angle. Like a camera might go out for a few seconds, or they're blocking it with their hands.
You never know what's going to happen, especially in a documentary where we really don't know what's going to happen. If there's a freaking ghost that pops up and we don't have a camera rolling, what are we doing? After years and years of ghost hunting.
It is 10:50 and we're 10 minutes away from our final QC for the Stray Souls episode.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not showing my feet. What if we blur your feet?
If you're an editor, you know blurring moving things is not the funnest thing to do.
Final QCs are just us all getting together in a room with the director, usually Ryan, Lizzie, and the editor, and we'll watch down the entire cut. We'll make sure that everything looks good. This is gonna go to Stray Souls at the end of the day, so guys, keep that in mind when you are leaving notes. Ethan needs to be able to like knock these out before end of day. Go ahead.
Our episode today is both inspired and sponsored by Stray Souls.
If we have any notes, Ethan will mark them, or the editor will mark them in the timeline if it's something that he can't do live.
I enjoy the live edit process because I feel like you're able to kind of show the creative directors like what is possible and what's not.
There's also heavy breathing heard shortly after.
This I can't even.
I hear that. It's
sounds...
like a.
What was it saying?
We don't know.
You're so dead.
It's like
But this is
slow,
me.
creepy breathing. It's like that tropey breathing where like some freaky man calls you on the phone and they're like.
What does it sound like, Lizzie?
Having them there while you're editing kind of speeds up things. You can kind of workshop it with them.
Ethan blurred your feet for this episode. You're welcome.
Nice, thank God.
You like that?
Oh, he wants to. Oh, we're gonna show him.
Look at his little.
You know what's crazy? This is actually the first QC I've been to where I haven't seen any of the prior versions.
Oh, really?
Is there anybody here with me?
Any of this?
Of 205? No, this is 205, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not.
It's wild.
Is there
We
anybody?
got a little too in the weeds with other stuff,
They're the names
but
of the original Native American tribes.
was there any other evidence that didn't make it in?
A couple knocks.
The fart.
But they like absolutely rip it when Brendan leaves.
That was thunderous. Good stuff, guys. Good ep.
That was great.
That was great.
That was
Well
fucking
done.
solid.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Ethan.
Good job.
There's like honestly not much left to do. Just gotta add a few sound effects here and there, blur out their address, add in credits, and I'm done.
Welcome to Ryan
Do I believe in ghosts? I used to.
Yes, fully. I hate it.
I guess I would be a Shaniac. They don't believe in ghosts.
I am more of a like Shane, but I am open, like a Bergara.
The first episode made me like physically ill. We found like a little face. I hated it.
You know what scares me? Deadlines.
It doesn't feel like too much at the moment because we're still a pretty small, scrappy team. We all get along, we all are comfortable collaborating with each other. And I think more than anything, we all trust each other. And then you definitely need that when you're making content, as much as we're making content and as fast as we're making the content.